Hey guys, my name is Colwen. I'm gonna do something a little different. I know this technically isn't what it is, but this right here I have is a package I got off of eBay, and I know what's in it. You don't know what's in it, so I'm gonna call it. It is a Star Trek Micro Machine blind bag opening. So let me go ahead and get out. No, we will not be drawing any pentagrams or summoning any Donald Trumps. Okay, this is just opening up a bag of Star Trek Micro Machines. I'm gonna pull them out one or two at a time. Talk a little bit about. Okay then, the packaging on this is very nice. And yes, I made it a point to not turn it over because my address was on the other side. Star Trek and Micro Machines had a partnership in the 90s, and they made several. Okay, so here is, oh my goodness, this is an engine nacelle off of a Nova class starship. I will be placing that off to the side. So we have here a Klingon bird of prey, and these things are always really mean looking, and they got the forward swept design wings with the blaster cannons and the torpedo launcher in the front. I don't know exactly which one this one is, but there was at least two, maybe three versions. There was one with nicer paint job and one with slightly less nice paint job, but this was in the, I want to say, Star Trek Search for Spock movie, the Star Trek Voyage Home, the one with the whales, Star Trek Generations, and a bunch of different episodes of the show itself. It's very in very good condition for a 25-year-old toy. We're gonna put that over there, and you know what? Let's go ahead and bring in soda can for the running comparison, and I'll bring in hubcap, and I'll bring in Scourge, and they can just hang out next to all the Micro Machines as I pull them out. So here is, ooh, this is a lot bigger than I was expecting. Wow. Okay, this absolutely surprised me. This is not a Micro Machine. Let me see if I can fish out the other engine nacelle. Yes, I'm peeking in the bag off to the side so I can get the nacelle. Oh. Oh my. Okay, he is possibly missing a whole nacelle and pylon. This is a Nova class starship. It was basically Voyager's little sister. It was designed for short-range missions, and it got picked up by the caretaker and ended up out in the Delta Quadrant. This might be an Eagle Moss one. I'm not sure, but we're going to go ahead and yes, these are absolutely out of scale. These are absolutely out of scale, but I do like all the molded detailing and the phaser strips, and it's an alright ship. It's an alright ship. Let's go ahead and, ooh, we have a gold-colored Micro Machine of the Stargazer, a Constellation-class starship. Very cool. Alright. Oh, wow, hold on. Okay, I'm done dying. And I did find the other warp nacelle, so that is nice. Okay, I will have to get in there and glue those in place at some point. Constitution class, it was built between the time of the Constitution and the Nebula class, was kind of in there in the middle. This thing was lined with shuttle bays all the way around. It had like one here, one in the front, and then two on the other sides. This thing in its own right was a starfighter carrier, but Star Trek never really does starfighters. Let's pull out another. Okay, here we have the Miranda class, or the USS Reliance. I can't remember. I don't think, was it the Reliant that Colin used? I can't remember offhand. This one's all covered in dirt and dust. I'm going to have to give it a bath sometime. But other than the dirt on it, it's still in really good shape. The paint's all nice and clean. It's all there and solid. All the pieces are here. I like the weapons rack that this thing comes with. Like, seriously, absolutely. Put the photon torpedo launcher somewhere else. What do we got here? Okay, so this... I'm really not entirely sure what this is. This really does look like engines off of a Constellation class, but they're so much bigger. This might have came from an Inner Space toy. I'm gonna have to check out what I have. But oh, here is a Enterprise D drive section, and let me see if yes, here we go. So yes, the Enterprise D is known for having the saucer separation gimmick, which is really cool. The original Enterprise, Kirk's Enterprise, could also separate the saucer, but it was unable to reattach. They needed to get towed to a starbase in order to do that. And in that case, it really was, they were ejecting the star drive to save the crew as a lifeboat, not separating to actually have two separate ships. But in this case... in the Micro Machine case, there was two versions of this. There was one that it couldn't separate, and then there was this one where it could, which is really nice. And yeah, the warp nacelles did tend to get bent a little awkwardly on these ones, but if you heat them up with an air dryer, you can bend them back into place. It's got all the nice molded detail for all the panel lines and stuff, and the phaser array. She's ungangly, she's weird looking, but the Enterprise D is pretty in her own right. She's got these nice, sexy curves and stuff. Like, I grew up with the Enterprise D. Sue me. I think in this package, yes, I have a second saucer section, and I am really thinking about making another combination thing going on. Ooh! I can make a California class! Let's see what we got next in here. Okay, hold on. So, we have another... Ooh, this is a different one. Ooh. This is one without the weapons mount. This is, the Saratoga. That is cool. Like, really, the only difference other than paint job is they ditched the weapons rack. But, you know, and yeah, this was a running problem with Star Trek Micro Machines. The warp nacelles will get all bent and warped. But hey, we were just talking about them separating the saucer from the star drive. This is one of the little variants in the Micro Machine line. God, I really may not have this Enterprise. No, I've got at least one Enterprise, yeah. But they had the regular painted ones, and then they would have the silver and the bronze ones. And those were cool looking. But this is the Enterprise A. This is the Enterprise, the movie Enterprise, all refit with the upgraded warp nacelles and the weapons package right in the neck, which is a horrible place for it. And some point the glue wore out in here, and you can separate and it pegs in pretty well actually, so that's funny. So yeah, there is my blind bag of Star Trek Micro Machines. I'm glad I picked these up. I have a bunch of other Star Trek and Star Wars Micro Machines, and I really would like to get into filming some different scenes with those things and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you guys for watching. Like, you can get, I think I paid $20 for this pile of Micro Machines here, and you can get all kinds of Micro Machines for Star Wars and Star Trek on eBay. Go look it up. Individual Star Trek Micro Machines can run from different crazy prices. I've got some in my own collection that are worth like $60 each. The Micro Machine Defiance goes for like $40 just by himself. I want to say this one right here by himself usually goes for about $20, maybe $25, because you need to have both pieces, you know. Yeah, no, this is good stuff here. But I would recommend, if you're gonna get Micro Machines off of eBay, just buy the random batch lots where you can get 20 or 30 of them for, you know, 40, 50 bucks, you know. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.